Kim, tell me about your photo shoot with Justin.
Oh my God, it was so much fun.
What shoot did you do?
I did a shoot in the Bahamas with Justin Bieber.
How old is Justin?
16.
Vibe into the music. Yeah. Can you feel it?
So apologise for the god-awful lighting in here today. We are kind of getting ready for a storm, so lighting is not our strong point. I haven't done a Kardashian video in so long, and there's a couple of main points I wanted to talk about. Every so often I will whack out a Kardashian video because something's going on. I'll be the first person to admit it. I have, in my 28 years on this planet, absorbed my fair share of the Kardashians, okay?
Can I give you a big hug?
No, thanks.
I've watched all the seasons, right? I've been there, I've done that. So I have some sort of an insight into what is going on in the Kardashian land, even if I don't want to admit it myself. I like reality TV. I will admit that now, but it took me a very long time to admit it. Not a complete expert over what is going on with this whole P. Diddy thing. I understand the general gist of it. Like, I follow along, but I haven't been following to a T everything like a lot of these lawyers have and a lot of these attorneys and these true crime people. I haven't been following along with that massively, but I understand what's going on, maybe just not from a very deeper level. But what I can tell you is I understand the Kardashians, okay? And I've watched enough Kardashians to know that P. Diddy and the Kardashians, they mention him a lot. They've mentioned him so much, even in really earlier seasons. And they would talk about P. Diddy, and Chris would go over to P. Diddy's house. And there was lots of hubbub as well when Khloe Kardashian was kind of seeing French Montana, and she would hang out with Justin Bieber and also P. Diddy. And that was like her little crew. So I remember this. So it's no shock horror to me that TikTok at the minute is filled with people pointing out that they would mention Diddy a lot.
So who was with you this weekend?
A bunch of my friends.
Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber,
So far,
French
so good.
Montana.
They would go to a lot of his parties, okay? They did not shy away. And I'm not saying for one moment that just because people were pictured and went to his parties that they knew about the freak-offs that were happening or that they knew about the darker undertone of things. Although I do raise a very, very questionable eyebrow whenever they mention Justin Bieber and partying with him, even though he was 16 in some of these clips that they're also appearing in. I find that backwards. I find that really strange. I do know that a spokesperson for Justin Bieber has come out, and I will try and throw it up here if I can, basically saying that they don't want to comment on this situation and that they are enjoying their new baby. You know, Hailey and him just had a baby and he's trying to enjoy being a dad without being suckered into this. It is no secret that whatever went on there was obviously outrageously bad.
Check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me.
Makes me feel very, very, very sorry for him, because I remember around that time everyone was taking the piss out of him. It was like the thing to take the piss out of Justin Bieber when he was like 16, 17, okay? And then he went slightly off the rails and then people didn't quite understand why. The stuff that's now coming out about Diddy, it's starting to make more sense. I'm going off track, but I wanted to talk more about the clips that are resurfacing.
I don't know how you have all the energy, but that's who you are, and I think that's why people are so drawn to you, because you're so eclectic. And I mean, no matter what, no matter how much you work, you don't sleep, you don't do anything, but that's just you. That's like what embodies you. But what I know you.
I also want to talk about Kourtney Kardashian and her Lemmy brand. Already an investigation going underway, or they wanted to investigate, because of the misleading nature of her products. You know, Lemmy Purr about the vaginal odor and the Lemmy Matcha about the healing in a whatever. And now there's a new one where they basically wanted to make a more natural version of Ozempic. Instead of a synthetic man-made Ozempic, they're basically advertising these gummies that are meant to mimic the same effects, but with naturally occurring whoever, whatever. I don't specialize in that area, obviously. We actually have experts who are literally telling people not to buy this product because it is preying on people, not only out of their mental sanity, but also out of the fact that this is not cheap. Okay, I've got the statistics for just how much money this stuff is, and it is not cheap.
Absolutely no scientific evidence behind it. You know, they're claiming years of research, but there isn't actually any evidence. There's no real scientific proof that this works, unlike the real Ozempic. And the problem that has is that it kind of preys on those people who are a little bit vulnerable, a little bit open to kind of buying into the snake oil type of arguments.
Kim K is a really funny one with this whole P. Diddy thing, right? Because it came out that she actually unfollowed him like a day before his house got raided, and loads of people were going like, how did she know? I have no doubt in my mind that, you know, bigger celebrities probably aware over what is going on. I mean, look at Kevin Hart, for instance. Shut down all of his restaurants, his burger restaurants, just before Diddy got arrested. Allegedly, he was quite close to Diddy, the diddler. He was quite close to him.
You see, it's female friendly. We got a lady to the female. She's butt ball. That's what I call it, raw dog. I'm not jumping to myself. You know. Oh, shit! Oh, did the camera catch that? Got the camera!
I'm finding it, I don't think it's a coincidence how Kim K kind of unfollowed just as this was about to go down. That's just my own opinion. I'm not saying she's necessarily involved. I'm not saying the Kardashians are necessarily involved or that they even knew the extent of it. But I don't know. Don't be surprised if loads of celebrities start selling up their businesses, start like stashing away money for like legal fees. That's all I'm trying to say. Ray J, who was the one who made the SEX tape with Kim K, this was like back in 2003, 2007, whoever, whatever. So he actually came out and he made a statement over here, and he basically said like he's shocked and he had absolutely no idea that all of this was going on. Apparently loads of celebrities are just in complete and utter shock because they had no idea that. There are a couple of clips that are concerning, of which I do remember when Chloe, before she had kids, she would hang around a lot with like French Montana and Justin Bieber and P. Diddy, and this isn't the very first time she ever mentioned going to like Diddy parties, but there was one clip where she was talking to Kourtney Kardashian. Justin Bieber was there and everyone was like butt naked on a plane, whoever, whatever.
No.
You have to get these margaritas out of here. Why aren't you drinking? Yeah, but
Last night.
she didn't go to bed.
I haven't been to bed yet.
You haven't? I want to be Chloe when I grow up.
Got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Oh, this party? I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
There are videos even circulating on TikTok of a 16-year-old Justin Bieber just completely out of it, kind of slurring over his words, and obviously does not look very sober. 16, and the Kardashians are saying that they would go hang out with him when he was 16. There's video evidence of this happening.
Tell me about your photo shoot with Justin.
Oh my god, it was so much fun.
What shoot did you do?
I did a shoot in the Bahamas with Justin Bieber.
How old is Justin?
16.
And the thing that really strikes me about this is that, especially in the earlier seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, it's always been marketed in a fairly sexual way. However, when she first started out, that was her whole vibe. So it's weird as hell to have this late 20s, early 30s year old, however old she was. It's weird as hell that whoever was in charge of her marketing thought, hey, yeah, let's market her and 16-year-old Justin Bieber together. Where are his parents? Like, honestly, where were his parents? The whole situation is incredibly icky. However, they're so freely admitting that this is what they would go and do.
Fun. Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff.
You do.
But we've been known to party with you a few times. What are like, I don't know, some of you were just at Puff's birthday.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
You forgot about that?
No, that was an epic night too. That night was fun because all the girls ditched me. So I was like me and the boys.
They're a good group of boys to be around.
Kanye, Corey, T, and we were all just like hanging out, and it was,
You loved it?
it was fun. Yeah.
You have all the energy, but that's who you are, and I think that's why people are so drawn to you, because you're so eclectic. And no matter how much you work, you don't sleep, you don't do anything, but that's just you. That's like what embodies you. But
Say it once, I'll say it again. I'm not saying that they knew the full involvement of it. I mean, even Kris Jenner, even Kris would go and hang out at Diddy's. I think it was just a thing, but the Kardashians very much promoted him. They would promote him in a business way as well. So back in the day, Kris Jenner and Diddy used to do like business deals together. So I think it was his brand Revolt. Kris Jenner helped get that off the ground or launch it, promote it, whatever. And she even had Kylie doing some advertising for it. I've been business associates as well as friends. And the fact that they have not come out since and made any public statement aside from, we know that Kim no longer follows him and hasn't followed him since like a day before the raid. A little bit suspicious. None of them have really come out and actually made a stance on it. And the thing is that I don't expect every single celebrity to, who has, you know, been pictured with him, whoever, whatever. That's not it. But the thing is that throughout the time of watching the Kardashians, they would mention him a lot. And of all the famous families out there, I kind of expect the Kardashians to say something.
Where are you going? I'm going to go to join Diddy. He's doing that. Rick Ross is doing a little concert this afternoon. Really?
It's like what Cat Williams said, okay? A lot of things are going to come out about Hollywood. A lot of things are going to come out about Hollywood. And we're going to have big names. Big names are going to be mentioned. And I am very interested just to see who else.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping. Let's go find some Lemmy.
Kourtney isn't no angel either, alright? Kourtney was over there. She'd also hang out with Diddy. Here we go, we see. She was also hanging out with him. She was also at the parties. They all were, apart from, I don't think Kendall and Kylie because they were too little, but the rest of them were. Kourtney is already on my radar anyway because her brand Lemmy, from the moment it was launched, just gave me bad juju, right? It just didn't sit well with me. It reminded me of Goop, you know, Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Kourtney Kardashian has this brand called Lemmy Purr, which is meant to something to do with vaginal odor and whatever, which by the way has already been debunked because your vagina, unless you don't know, is self-cleansing, and loads of gynecologists were talking about it and saying how this is just false advertising. Lemmy de-bloat to aid in de-bloating and whoever, whatever. Lemmy matcha, Lemmy carb capsules to aid in, I think it's blood sugar levels. The latest venture is basically, put it up here, Lemmy whatever, which is meant to mimic Ozempic. And Ozempic is man-made, and what Kourtney Kardashian's trying to do is she's trying to prey on people who will pay, how much is it? A one-time purchase is $69. This is in pounds, by the way, so dollars it's going to be a bit more. While a monthly subscription is £55.23 for these gummies, which are supposed to mimic the effects that Ozempic have.
If you ever needed a reminder at just how the power of marketing and words and manipulation of human beings, in addition to how unregulated the supplement industry is, this right here is all you need to see. The GLP-1 daily that does not have any GLP-1 in it. So how can they do that? Why are they doing that? They're doing that because they know that that word right there, GLP-1, gets attention, makes you think if you take this, you can achieve a certain goal. And on their website, they're also recommending essentially that you take it forever because it's not until 6 months that you may see the quote unquote results that they're promising. I have literally never heard of any of the ingredients. And it's a cool $72 a month on sale. And in case you were curious, it is not third-party tested. So who knows what it really is.
Ozempic, it is massive. It is extremely popular. Not everyone can guess it. A lot of the celebrities are using it. And it's become this real worldwide phenomenon where loads of people, even regular everyday people, are trying to get their hands on it. Can't get their hands on it and they can't afford it. Then they opt for all of these different weight loss supplements and weight loss pills. And this takes me back to the early 2000s when you'd find all of these different products which would be marketed as, oh, it's a pill and you take it and then you lose weight, or it's a gummy, or it's something you drink. And did it do anything? No.
Hi, my name's Nav Cavale. I'm a plastic surgeon in London, and I just wanted to say a few things about this Ozempic style supplement that is being produced and promoted by Kourtney Kardashian, I believe. What I have with it is that it has absolutely no scientific evidence behind it. You know, they're claiming years of research, but there isn't actually any evidence. There's no real scientific proof that this works, unlike the real Ozempic. And the problem that has is that it kind of preys on those people who are a little bit vulnerable, a little bit open to kind of buying into the snake oil type of arguments. Who knows whether it actually has bad effects, side effects, and we're actually doing harm as a result. I mean, even if it is safe to use, I think it's something that's basically preying on people's insecurities and just getting them to part with their hard-earned money when there isn't really any good reason to do so. So potentially a dangerous thing to do, and I'd say don't do it. You know, use proper, proven treatments out there.
And are basically saying that there is no evidence that this would even work. Just the way that Kourtney markets Lemmy just drives me absolutely insane, but whatever she's doing is obviously working. Because you may be thinking, who's going to be falling for this? Who is falling for this? It says Kourtney has a 2.4 billion supplement industry. 2.4 billion, okay? So whoever, whatever, I don't know a single person that's ever bought a Lemmy product, but all I think about is Goop. The only thing I think about is Goop when I think of these Lemmy products.
Could not send. Courtney, what the is up with your Wi-Fi? You have this big ass house and you can't afford a Wi-Fi box out here?
It's not about affording, it's about radiation.
Do you really think for one moment Kourtney Kardashian, extremely rich, richer than any of us could possibly imagine, do you really think she is opting to chew a gummy over just getting some Ozempic? And I know that she's meant to be this health is wealth, only natural, she's vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free. She's very crunchy is what I'm trying to get at. A very crunchy mum makes, you know, everything's got to be natural and all of this kind of stuff. So yes, maybe there is a slight possibility that she doesn't do Ozempic, but she's not chewing these gummies. She's not chewing these gummies. I guarantee you that. She's managed to find a market where she's able to use the image that she already has for herself with, oh, natural, you know, putting in all the hard work and, you know, I only eat clean and I exercise and I do all of that. She's using that image that people already have of her because that was who she was on the show. She's using that image and then making it into a massive business. I don't believe for 1 second that she is taking any of these supplements. Allegedly. I don't think it is. Also doesn't really help that leading experts are coming out and saying that pretty much most of her products are useless. I was kind of hoping that this business of hers would just be like a lot of the other Kardashian businesses and would spike up and then immediately after a couple of years just, you know, plummet, and then that'll be it. It'll be like a failed business opportunity. But this has been going on for a little while and I don't think it's going to stop. I think this is in line with Kim Kardashian's Skims. So we're going to have to wait and see what else is going on with this P. Diddy Kardashian situation, but I just really wanted to talk about it because, like I say, I have followed them for quite a long time. Too long, in my own personal opinion. Do I even really like them as people? Not particularly. However, I'm in too deep now. You know when you're in too deep. You start watching something when you're like a teen or a child, and you're in so deep that you then can't stop watching. Well, that is what I'm like with the Kardashians. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I will catch up with you guys in the next video.